Hi there, it's Sarah from Inspired Tarot. Welcome to the channel. Today we'll see what Spirit wants us to know. Pull out some cards. Whoops. These cards are so sweet. I love the colours and the imagery. The modern style. So much detail in the cards when you really look at them closely. Have one more. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card all about being patient and kind of understanding that changes happen behind the scenes in the unconscious mind. You can see here that this chap has planted this little tree and he's sending love to it. As you can see through the rays from his hand, it's kind of sending energy to it. And it's very much growing behind the scenes under the earth when we can't see. This is kind of depicts that the changes that are happening in the unconscious mind that we can't see are really important, that we just need to stay in love and faith at all times. The moon is very much a card about balancing the light and the darkness, looking at our unconscious, looking at the delusions and the illusions that we have in the mind, our hidden fears and our desires, and the ways in which we deceive ourselves or are deceived by the ego, essentially. The Eight of Pentacles is another card about kind of focusing very hard on our purpose. Of course, our purpose is to wake up, and we need to be very diligent with awakening, because the ego is always trying to catch us out. It's always trying to pull us under. Quite often the ego will masquerade as the intuition, which can make it difficult, but we can always tell the difference, because the ego is kind of pushy and a bully, and it's not kind, whereas the spirit is very gentle. But the spirit is also wise in a way that when it tells you to do something, it makes you feel better. Often when the spirit asks you to do something, it can be quite startling, but it always kind of leads you to feel better, but it always leads you to love everybody else and see everything in a holistic way. I really like the Ten of Swords card in this deck, because quite often in tarot decks, the Ten of Swords shows somebody laid on the floor with 10 swords in their back, which is kind of looks very defeatist, whereas this card is a lot lighter. You know, the woman's up on her feet and she's walking away, and she has got these crows overhead, but she's kind of freeing herself. She looks very much like she's ready to begin the next cycle. And the Emperor is a card about, to me, I think of Jesus as kind of like the Emperor. It's somebody who is a very influential leader, somebody who's learnt by going through all the different dark phases of life, somebody who really wants to give back, somebody who is very stable and secure in themselves, who's very principled, who's firm and fair, somebody who's just knowledgeable and a good teacher, somebody who's good with conflict, somebody who sees conflict rather as an opportunity to heal and communicate. So yeah, these cards kind of depict a lot about the mind, and that it has to go through the darkness to the light. And from our egoic perspective, it can feel as though nothing good is happening, but we notice over time that we become less attached to the external world, and our default mood just increases. And yes, we'll have times where we feel like we're dipping back. I know, yeah, if we're really doing the inner work, then we might feel uncomfortable a fair amount of the time. The more we're facing ourselves, the more we're facing our shadows, the less comfortable we'll feel. So, but that's a good thing. So yeah, the Page of Pentacles is usually very is a willing student, which you need to be on the spiritual path. We really do need to defer to the light and understand that we don't really know what anything is for, but we need to be diligent and consistent. I know, you know, some of my friends and family have said to me, you know, why do you post all these things on the internet? Why do you, why are you not normal? And I think you kind of have to understand that we're letting go of our human self, and it happens bit by bit over time, that if we're not 100% committed to our spiritual path, then it's like applying the brake and the accelerator at the same time, which causes resistance and causes pain. So we really need to, if we're going for it, we're going for it, and we need to give 100% of our effort to it. It becomes our life purpose, it becomes our mission, it becomes a way of life to think with the Spirit. Which kind of leads me into the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a no-nonsense kind of queen. I like to think of her as a very straight shooter. I associate this card with true empathy, somebody who's very uncompromising about sticking to their guns and following the Spirit even when it's uncomfortable, somebody who is impartial, somebody who's very perceptive and intelligent, but has the ability to detach from what other people think, somebody who's very autonomous, somebody who has decided to follow the Spirit, and consequently they're very successful and victorious, as we see in the Six of Wands card. You know, this person is being publicly recognized for what they've achieved, and this happens to us a lot on the spiritual journey, where we're given challenges over and over and obstacles, but the more that we follow our purpose and the more we give back, the more expansive we feel and the more connected and helpful we are with other people. So yeah, it's just a beautiful depiction of our expansion as we open up over time. Whoops. The Fool card. I kind of like that this card has come out. The Fool talks about how carefree we can be. You can see that the lady in this picture, she's so carefree that she's kind of leaning back off a cliff. She's completely trusting that the universe will support her. She just looks very carefree. She's got a wand, and I'm not sure what the other thing is in her hand, but she obviously feels as though she has the resources to survive, and that she can just trust and follow her instincts, which is really a sign of being evolved spiritually. The more that we understand that the universe has our back, that the Spirit has our back, and that we're going to be given obstacles, we're going to be given things that feel difficult or challenging, but the Spirit can purpose everything in a way that's helpful for our healing. So the less we resist and the more we just embrace what's happening to us, the happier we'll be. This is sweet that this has come out as well, the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is very much a card about fulfillment. It's the wish card. And for us all, I think we have a wish to wake up fully to the light, to return the mind to oneness. I was thinking the other day, someone was asking me what heaven is, and heaven is not a place. Obviously, we always think of heaven as being a place in form because we think that salvation is in the form, but heaven is in the mind. It's when the mind returns fully to the right mind, when all the distortions and things have gone and we're kind of floating in this state of gratitude, yet we have all the material things that we need. They're all brought to us naturally because we're aligned with the truth, we're aligned with the Spirit, and we can be in this very grateful state of mind. So yeah, these are a beautiful bunch of cards that have come out today. They seem very inspiring as we ebb and flow and go through the challenges and the darkness and the hard work, and we get up and we try again, we trust, and we're in gratitude, and we enjoy not knowing, we enjoy developing new skills along the way, and connecting with people and just expanding our consciousness a bit more to time and becoming more loving and happy. Right, that's my reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you all. Bye.